a Halo firefight.
Yeah. You got to get in there, man.
I really should think about.
It's so addictive.
I think Doom Eternal went from $80 to $29.
How much is Halo? How much is the Master Chief Collection?
I don't know. I think it's regular price right now, like $80.
Are you sure?
He hasn't.
Check.
Yeah, I'll double check.
Yeah, double
That's
check
on
it,
Steam. Yeah. I don't know if I'm not. Backside attack.
Big same.
I'm not entirely sure if on. We can come in a little bit more. We're not. No, you're vaccinated.
Yep.
You've got your vaccine.
Yes, but my cousin's wife got the British variant,
Oh, with the vaccine.
and she had Pfizer.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah, so
That will.
and I hugged her
Jesus.
a week and a half ago.
Oh my God.
But I'm
You
not
have
showing. I'm
cooties.
not showing any symptoms, and neither is just yet. So
Well, that's good. That's pretty good.
I'm not sure you want to cut that out, but
Well, I'm getting mine. I've got my Pfizer coming up.
nice.
Yeah, we got Pfizer showing up in 2 weeks.
Nice.
Went down to the old Shoppers Drug Mart. We're just gonna draw some Canadian references.
The 20th Avenue one?
No, I went to the Shoppers Drug Mart down up there on the old Millwoods Town Center, eh?
Oh, the big one?
Yeah, the big
Oh,
one.
okay, yeah.
I
I went there
walked in
first
and
by accident. Yeah.
I asked them, "What's up?" And they said, "What are you looking for?" I said, "The good stuff, baby.
The good stuff, baby.
Hit me with the good stuff, baby." And she said, "I'll call you in 2 weeks with the good loving."
That's good. No, that's good to get in. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm okay with that. I'm not by any means an anti-vaxxer, but I definitely was Pfizer preference. My preference was towards Pfizer.
Okay. Yeah.
I wanted to make sure I got that.
I got the emergency one, the AstraZeneca, because no one else, because we couldn't. Canada does not manufacture our vaccine, so we had to buy it from every other place. So
A little ridiculous, I think.
it's completely ridiculous.
To cut that out of your system. Well, that's why the U.S. did so much better than Canada. Canada, they're not joking. It was a little bit of a ridiculous situation that we don't manufacture our own vaccine. We're a first world nation, not even remotely developing.
Yeah.
Let's see you count the
and we pre-ordered more vaccines than any other country in the world,
anybody else.
but we never got them.
we didn't get our vaccines.
Leadership failure.
Top down.
Yeah. So
When you poop in a 2-story outhouse, it's gonna land on the people below you.
I've been saying that for years.
You should never
I use that in every situation I can.
ever use a 2-story
Yeah.
outhouse.
There was get the vaccination. Just beware of any possible side effects.
I think you probably will get side effects.
Depending upon how severe they are,
Yeah.
you will.
No,
But,
well, that's the thing, right? Ranging from severity,
yeah.
you're gonna have side effects. You might just have much as a sore arm,
Sore arm, chills, flu.
or full story of Ricky style head explosions.
Yeah, like I would say, yeah, exactly. So I would say get cold and flu medication for yourself after you get it, because if you develop that stuff, that stuff will take care of it. So
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's a lot of negative, weird ass shit that people are trying to push about AstraZeneca. Unfortunately, a few people have passed away.
Yeah.
In Canada now, from the AstraZeneca. Moderna seems to have the most, like we're doctors or something, like we know what the hell we're talking about. Moderna seems to have the most painful. And when you get it, Moderna seems to floor you.
Is Moderna just one shot?
I think Moderna's a one shot.
Oh, okay.
Johnson I know nothing about. I know the U.S. is saying don't do it at all.
I know. I just know that when I was a kid, I used to get shampoo. My hair shampoo was Johnson & Johnson.
Johnson. I used to have the baby oil. That's why I'm bald. The baby oil makes it. No, that's conspiracy theory.
Yeah, exactly. That's why my hair is so lovely.
That's why I got the lovely locks.
That I'm covering with this hat.
Oh, that's all right too.
Yeah.
Hey, how's your week?
Good.
That's pretty good.
Pretty good. Yeah.
No real issues.
No, just getting exercising, to getting my knees strengthened out. So I'll be biking all week this week.
Good.
Sorry, and then just strengthen up and just my legs are cracking yesterday because there was one position because I was sitting down with my feet up playing Halo for like 5.5 hours. So yeah, it was just not a good thing.
As a gamer injury.
Yeah, like Halo Firefight is it's exactly like how did I put it? It's exactly like the last scene in Aliens.
Yeah.
You're just fighting off waves.
Aliens. Number two.
At the very end scene where everything goes red.
They're all showing up.
And they're just like aliens are just coming out everywhere, and you have to survive with your team.
You're doing this with your two. Is that how they do it? Is that what it is? You got the thing.
Oh no, you're like
handles?
this, and then and it feels good. You wear the headset so you can you can be like, hey, where are you? On your left, you need support, whatever like that. Okay, where are you? I'm coming around to help you. Yeah, it is exactly like Aliens.
I have been in the room while you've played this game.
Yeah.
And it's the kind of I'm not a Halo guy at all. No, I was never a Halo guy.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the team-based shooters.
Mm-hmm.
I like it when you fight against people instead of just the robots, the bots.
Mm-hmm.
But It does look like a lot of fun.
It is like the thing is like you can change like we fight against the computer, but the waves mean like that's like the waves of aliens that are coming at us.
Yeah.
You can change how difficult they are, what kind they are, what weapons they have.
Yes.
And you just set that, and then the difficulty just goes right up, and it's like it's fight to survive. That's all it is. Yeah.
I've always wanted to. That's why I like Doom Eternal. I like the idea of I don't think Doom Eternal was a multiplayer though, is it?
No, it's single player.
It's single player.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a single player online, and I think you go single player into the like single player through the game and single player through the online.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, there's also the thing about Doom is that there's a lot like Battlefront 2, for example, right? A lot of these games focus on microtransactions to like make more money to gouge people out of like their experience.
Looking at you, EA.
Yeah. Doom doesn't do any of that. They just made a great game that people want to play, and look what you made. It made $500 million.
Yeah, there's no expansion. It's just like the game. You get the game. You pay the money.
Mm-hmm.
You get the game. You play the game. You go home.
Yeah, and if you have
a huge boner.
Yeah, and if you have Xbox Live, you can get that. You get it for free.
Really, free on Xbox Live.
It's on. Yeah, it's on Game Pass.
You really love that Xbox Live Game Pass.
It's the best. It's the best deal in gaming.
The best deal in gaming today.
Hands down, it is. Yeah.
That seems to be. I know we talk about it a lot, but that does seem to be the direction that most games are going now. I know, like they've got their Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
Now you've got on Android, you can pay us $5 a month and play all the games you want, Android games. So what are you gonna play on there? You can play the what's it called?
But also on Android, you can
Tetris
get
Blitz.
Yeah, but you can get Game Pass on Android as well.
You can get Game Pass on Android.
Yep.
But what I mean, like the Android Game Store, you can play all those games.
Oh yeah, for like a certain fee, right?
Yeah, but I don't know. Android games just seem like, what are you doing? What are you giving me? Do I get to play Candy Crush as much as I want?
I don't play games on my phone besides Game Pass. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, because like, why would you play those when you can play like, if you have good Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
I know you have your Xbox controller in your phone. You can just play. You can play. I think you saw it. You can play Forza in great detail.
Yeah.
On your phone.
And Apple Arcade looks good.
Apple Arcade. They've locked that down.
They've locked it down.
Yeah, but I like. But if you can play those little games on your iPhone rather than play a AAA game.
Yes.
But you can play it on your iPad, on your smartphone. You can play it on your Galaxy tablets. I'd rather do that.
Well, I think that will be the goal for them, though, is to be more AAA as it goes on.
If they have the budgets for it,
yeah,
absolutely. But like the thing is, like those AAA games cost $500 million to make.
Yeah, no, well, I mean, I think you can still have a AAA experience. Like, look at Breath of the Wild.
You
Breath
can,
of the Wild might not
that's
exactly
true.
be,
Yeah, that's absolutely true.
And then look who ripped them off with that Genshin. What is it? The Impact.
Well, you know that one you sent me. That no, there was that other game by that PlayStation ripped it off, right?
No, it's like an Android or Apple game.
I'm not sure.
It's made from this Chinese company. I think it's, if I'm right, it's that Genshin Impact.
There's that Lucky something game on Xbox that just got released. It's exactly like Legend of Zelda too.
Yeah, and probably costs significantly less to make because they basically rip off the idea of something else.
Yeah, it's
create really simple resources.
Okay, well, saying that's true, but let's look at this way, right? Legend of Zelda is an icon. Okay?
It really is.
It started that style of play, right?
Yeah.
So all good ideas come from somewhere, right?
Exactly.
So yeah.
So you can, but what I mean is you can get 5-star or AAA titles just by kind of being sneaky.
Yeah, you can
ripping somebody off.
Yeah, that's games.
There's the name of the game. Look at Heavy Barrel, Akari Brothers.
That's true. Yeah.
Or Akari Warriors.
Akari Warriors. Yeah, exactly.
Like Contra, Metroidvania.
Yeah,
a whole franchise that spawned multiple franchises.
That's true. Yeah, without Gran Turismo, there would be no Forza.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
That's true.
Without Grand Theft Auto, there would be nothing.
There'd be nothing.
Without Grand Theft Auto showed up and made this genre, and people just ate that up with a spoon.
Yeah, there'd be no Saints Row. There'd be it's just
nothing.
There'd be
no Yakuza.
Yeah. There'd be no Red Dead Redemption.
There'd be no other game.
There'd be no Yakuza. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there would be no Yakuza.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Not to like change.
No, go ahead, man.
Change topics.
Plowing ahead.
I just heard the guy driving around with his bass on. I was
this
surprised by.
This is a nice area, but it's filled with douchebags.
A lot of assholes out here.
It's all brown people.
Well, we can say that.
You can say that, yeah.
There are a lot of assholes out here, just driving up into the neighborhood out. Where
there's people like driving like there's actually a road that encircles this entire rec center campus.
30 kilometers.
Yeah, and there's people just driving by on this side, and they're just like all you hear is like.
That's accurate.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
Yeah. But this rec center is beautiful.
It is really nice.
This is the gym I usually go to.
It's unfortunate that COVID has kicked the shit out of training inside of this beautiful building.
This building is amazing. It's like like the water features they're pretty good. But they're
do they have like water features in the wall?
well, like I guess they do actually. Yeah,
waterfalls?
there's
Like
but
a
like
house.
I guess the water the swimming pools and everything in that is very small, and but there's gym, their basketball facilities, their workout facilities, and their ice rinks
Tight.
are crazy. Yeah,
Really?
they're nuts.
Um,
You've been there, right?
I have not been in this one.
What?
I have been on the Terwilliger one.
But the Terwilliger one is nicer. The Terwilliger one is nicer than this. But
Nicer
this
than
is,
this, really?
But this is newer, so it looks really nice. Inside there's like nice wood paneling over there.
Yeah.
In there, yeah. So it's really nice. And
They do kind of keep a fairly similar look to all of them.
yeah, and this one's almost like they're aiming for carbon neutral. So they recycle all the rainwater in here.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, this one's really high tech. Yeah.
Do they use the rainwater in the pools?
I hope
They
not.
get the rainwater and they filter through like a
No, the
carbon
you know times
filtration
the
system?
pools here get shut down. I bet you.
It's
You know
the
why-
rainwater.
No, and you know why it does?
Huh.
Because there's so many brown people in there, and their body hair comes off, and it clogs the drains, and they have to
Now-
burn it all out.
As a brown guy who comes from multiple sources of brown people, I'm not that hairy.
You're not hairy at all.
I'm really not at all. I mean, clearly, look at me.
Yeah,
But-
yeah, I guess I'm kind of hairy. Yeah.
But sometimes you see the brown guys got like the backs or legs are hairy. Like the fuck?
No, yeah, some of these guys.
That's ridiculous.
Some of these guys, you don't even know like what color their skin is because it's covered.
So
Their
dark.
body hair is like covers everything. I remember one guy, myself and Jamie were in the hot tub, and this guy looked at he was walking in. He had like he was like a gorilla, like a silverback, and he just walked into the hot tub and he was eyeballing us.
Yeah.
And then when he got in, his hair was so long on his shoulders that as soon as he got in, his shoulder hair was floating on the surface of the of the hot tub. It was hilarious.
I thought you were gonna go there. His hair was like buoyant, like a spider.
It was, yeah. Seriously,
hair kept him, like, floating.
When he went down like this, the hair was like this. It was floating out like this, like
Oh, that's so gross.
yeah, like a mullet.
Oh
But for a
Jesus.
shoulder
A shoulder mullet.
mullet.
It does kind of gross me out when I see people who have that much body hair.
Oh yeah, we got out. Like we immediately got out of this, and then we went into the swimming pool. We started swimming because like we went to the sauna because it was like we're like, okay, this is disgusting.
I'm not trying to body shame anybody, but I just personally think that is something I would take care of if I was that guy.
If that guy,
There
you know,
are
I'll give
devices.
I'll give that guy the benefit of the doubt. There are devices you can use.
Yeah.
But when it's that thick, you're just like,
Ugh.
that's a lifestyle change.
Is it though? Couldn't you just go to somebody who, I don't know, puts a little bit of kerosene on you and just burns it all off?
Yeah, you'd have to be like, okay, you know what? You have to change your thinking of like, you know what? Do I care? Or am I one of those maintenance guys, like kind of like me, like where you just like
A
kind
manscaper?
of a manscaper, or am I gonna be like, fuck it, I'm married, I have kids, I don't give a shit
Nah.
anymore. Yeah,
I'm
so
burning it off.
I would burn it off. Like I'd wax it. I
Like
would
the
for sure.
spiders and arachnophobia.
Yeah, but then again, that's another thing to add to your like your weekly routine or monthly routine. Like, oh yeah, I gotta get waxed today.
The thing too is, a lot of people now I've noticed, because we have friends in our age group who are married, and a lot of them, they just give up. They just stop. I'm not saying it's a good thing or bad thing. Like whatever, you know, if you're married and you decide you're gonna let yourself go, it's like I already got the wife.
Yeah,
I already got the
no
thing, I got
judgment
kids
at all.
No judgment at all.
No.
Maintaining yourself physically, maybe not a 24-hour day job, but it's not easy. You gotta take an hour or two.
Like that's what you wish for people, right?
That's what you
But at the
wish for
same time, it's like, you know, like you understand, like, you know, people like if people had, you know, if that was their number one thing to do, if you ask them about that, would you like to be healthier? Obviously, the answer would be yes, right?
Yes.
But then they'll be like, okay, no, you don't know what my life is like. It's so busy and stuff like that. So the thought is there, but the execution might not come through because of like either they don't know how to like negotiate their time better, or
That's what it is.
or it could be just like, you know what, I am where I am. What are the
Yeah.
repercussions if I don't?
I think it's the negotiating their time better with themselves. They're not negotiating with their wife or their kids.
Yeah.
You can train with your kids and teach them how to be healthier.
I think the best thing to do is train for your kids.
Exactly. They'll
Yeah.
see that and they'll want to train with you.
Yeah, like it'd be like, I want to be healthy. I want to be able to like come to the park here and just like, you know,
Throw
throw the ball around or something like that.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
I think that's a big part of it. Now, I do shit on people a lot about not being healthier when you have children. I don't have kids, so maybe I'm a hypocrite because, you know,
You're one of the more fitter people I know.
well, you know, I can.
You
go
are,
up and
honestly.
down.
Like, I swear to God, I'm not like I'm dead serious. You are one of the like I'm gonna come to you for guidance.
Thank you. But don't sell yourself short. Not to blow steam back up your ass. But I mean, as far as cardio health goes, you take care of yourself.
Yeah, but I would like I could only take you for biking and running, right?
Yeah.
You could help me like with the strength training.
Well, that comes time.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
that
Yeah.
does catch up. What I mean though is like when it comes to people out there who say that I've got kids, I can't train or whatever, I don't like to shit on them, but I do know lots of people who have 4 or 5 kids who are in great shape because they've chosen to like you said, bring their kids into the routine.
I know exactly what you mean. I had that inclination to do that to someone. And so, but I was like, you know what? I don't want to compare you and that person because like you two are totally different people. Yeah. And your days, your routines are different. Your mindsets are different. So you were never, that person was always like that. Whereas you weren't always the person who would like to get like keep in shape and like go to the gym every day. That's your routine.
You weren't that guy to begin with.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, I don't want to change who you are because like that's the reason why you're my friend.
Yes.
And so I don't want to like come down, even though I'm like, man, just take what I'm like. Just do what I say. Don't do what I do, but just do what I say, right? So that doesn't work with everybody. So
no, there are some people who will just have no interest. I knew a girl once, beautiful. I'm talking like a human Barbie doll, but not like a piece of shit human Barbie doll where she had all the makeup and crap in her face. Just like really naturally, very attractive, minimal makeup.
The John Cena makeup.
The John Cena makeup. Yeah. She would do this, and then it would just like be there, and then she would disappear because you couldn't see her. But I mean, just gorgeous. She dated an ogre, like a complete, one of the nicest ogres. Like as far as ogres go, the kind of ogre you'd want. Shrek.
But he had the balls to go up to her and make her his own,
versa.
Right? Oh, really?
Vice versa. She picked him up. As far as the story goes, she picked him up because she wanted a guy who didn't care about going to the gym so much, and it was more into himself. That he'd be more into her and appreciated what she was like. Now, I personally think that he would stay with her more so because he was an ogre. Yeah. And who else is he going to get?
Yeah.
But a nice guy. But she was really attracted to him because he didn't work out. Because he didn't take care of himself.
That's fine. The thing is, as long as they're happy together, happiness is everything. So
they're really happy together. Yeah. He is a complete train wreck of a human, though. Like when it came to the way he lived his life, like a hardcore drinker, would like fall down drunk in the bar. He did work in the bar. It was the bar scene, right? So he worked in a bar.
Oh, so this is not when they're like older, like in like what age? Which age?
No, we were probably around. They were a little younger than I am, so they were probably like in their late 20s.
Oh, that's still kind of experimental
30. Age. Yeah, I think so, right?
That's fine.
Yeah, it's they were an anomaly.
Sometimes you got to go.
They were both so likable.
That's okay. You got to go slumming once in a while.
Every now and then.
Everyone's that's one thing.
Pick up that tail somewhere.
Yeah,
right?
There's one rule is like you got to nail an overweight girl at least once.
It's, I mean, whether out of necessity or she picks you up, whatever it is.
Actually, you know what? Actually, one
there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with being overweight.
No,
if you're healthy, if you have a healthy body image, go nuts.
That's more fun.
Just because you fetishize an overweight person,
you have more money to spend on food. That's great.
That's up to you. But having said that, and not to talk shit about people who are larger, I'll come back to what you had a train of thought there.
Yes.
But as long as you're healthy and you like mentally healthy, and you don't mind carrying some extra weight, and your cardio is good, don't have a heart attack. No, chest fat and high fat content in men and women is not a good thing. You could hurt yourself.
Yeah, but it just depends on what your lifestyle goals are, and if you're happy with where you are and you're healthy and you're not like you don't have problems going up and down the stairs.
That's right. And if you're attractive and somebody does fetishize the way you look, which you do with everything, everybody fetishizes everybody.
There's someone out there for everybody.
Fucking go nuts.
Yeah, exactly.
Enjoy that.
Yeah, there was one rule when I was watching Top Gear. They were at the three boys were at an auction house, and so they're going to wait for all these cars to auction, then go for a car challenge. And then Richard Hammond is like, he bought the first car he saw.
Of course he did.
And he's like, they're like, what are you doing? There's so many other cars. And he goes, this is like going to the club. He goes, you don't waste your time like going around going for other girls and hoping to find at the end of the night. Go for the first girl you see in the beginning of the night, and your problems are solved. Yep. Well, he's like, why waste time? Let's get on with it. Yep.
You know, there is something to it, because if you wait for too long in the bar, the one you end up with is not going to be the one that you want to end up with. You're only ending up with that person, male or female, because you're both liquored up. Mm-hmm. Your standards are very low. Yeah. Because you've just been looking at pretty people all night long, so you're just ready to blow.
Yeah, you're seeing your wish list.
Yes.
But you're not seeing your you're not seeing your reality list.
No. Yeah. That's a really good way to put it. You are looking at your wish list and not your reality list.
Yeah, so I think that there's I think for a lot of people, it's like, I guess like we were like this. I can attest to this. We were the biggest geeks when we went to clubs. We just went there to just look around, and have drinks, and like these girls out there were like, because we thought we put girls on a pedestal back when we were young, and that's not
That's
we're
not
just
good. It's not healthy.
We're just sitting there, we're like, what should we do here? Like, we're just standing in the corner, look cool with all of us hang together. No, that's gonna scare people away, and so you don't want to ever do that. Like, just like if I had to go back and change that, I would for sure, because what we did that at that point never worked. But like, yeah, we were just like we were dorks.
Everybody was though.
We were, yeah. We like I can definitely say we were.
I never got to be that guy because I started working in bars so young.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I never judged guys for being like that.
But you were the guys that we were scared of.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Here's the reality about that situation.
Mm-hmm.
All the bouncers who I knew when we were in bars, for the most part, when you started especially,
Mm-hmm.
they didn't know what the fuck we were doing either. Like, you guys were scared of guys who didn't know what the hell they were doing.
We didn't know that.
Yeah,
though.
but you didn't know
we
that.
we just knew that if we threw up in the washroom and you guys saw it, you would fucking
Would drag you out.
drag us out by the fucking
It was
scruff of the neck.
the older bouncers you had to worry about.
Yeah.
The younger ones, generally, very, very low level of combat education at all. Now, I got really lucky because the guys I trained with were all judo guys, Muay Thai guys, kickboxers.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the guy. Those were the group. That was the group of people who brought me into the bars.
Yeah.
I got super lucky when it came to that.
Mm-hmm.
But all the guys I worked with, I would say like 90% of them didn't know jack shit. They're just straight up brawlers, and probably really bad at it back then too.
Well,
Not probably they were really bad at it.
Well, the thing is, like, when we were growing up, we went to bars, we thought all the bouncers were like fucking Dalton.
Yeah.
And so
All hardcore judo,
all
kung fu
hardcore judo
motherfuckers.
and fucking reading philosophy. We're like, hey, I can't argue with this guy. I can't argue.
Yeah.
I can't debate him because he's a philosophy
Don't
major.
fight the bouncer. He
Yeah.
carries medical records in his goddamn trunk.
Exactly. Yeah.
don't do
Exactly.
that.
Yeah. I thought there was Mercedes Benz in the fucking
No.
back parking lot. So I was like, yeah.
That was a collision. What do they call it? A collision rebuild that the bar owner probably bought because even he couldn't afford a real brand new Mercedes. Or he had a friend of a friend who hooked him up with like an 80-month lease on a fucking like
I don't know, man.
E-class.
If there was a double deuce in Edmonton, I would definitely go to it right now.
Well, I mean, there were a lot of crappy bars out there back then.
There's a lot of shit. But the thing is, like, dive bars sometimes are awesome.
Dive bars can be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I love them.
There are a lot of really good.
Because you know how
dive bars.
dirty it is. You know, like, you're not expecting quality, but at least you're like, because all of us are just used to going to like, really nice places.
Yeah.
But going to a dive bar is like, yeah, let's just go. Like, that's the thing about in New York is like dive bars are actually like, what I found is like even the places that are cheap and like they're the best places to go to and hang out.
There was like a dive bar renaissance that happened in bigger cities for a little while there, like around the early 2000s, all the way up until like 2010, 11.
Or dive bars have just never gone. They were just like they're so old.
Yeah.
And they just carried on, and they've like, especially like in really popular cities in the United States, because like they're institutions.
Yeah. Well, look at like TV shows, like How I Met Your Mother. It wasn't really one of my favorite shows, but
I've never seen that show ever.
It sucked. It wasn't great, but it was on TV.
I just couldn't stand Doogie Howser.
Yeah, he was really irritating.
Actually, the writing on that show was just, and the acting was just like so wooden. It was just like
It was super over the top.
over
or
the
super
top.
wooden.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was.
That's
There was
exactly
no
what
middle
it is. Yeah.
It wasn't a great show, but the bar they would go to all the time was a dive bar. That was like a downtown, like New York City dive bar.
Yeah. I want to find. Like, I think is Provincial going to be our watering hole?
We would hope so. Provincial, on White Crossing.
White Crossing, 106th
Talk to
Street.
Yenny, Jason Yen. That place is unbelievable.
Solid.
You will not have a bad time in that bar. Yeah. It's a nice place. It's not a dive bar. They have an incredible menu. They've got great staff. So they do not sponsor the show, but you know,
No, but we will.
we'll plug them anyway.
We'll plug them anyway.
Because they're pals. Well, that was kind of the direction I was going. Not that part there. We're just plugging our team. But the direction I was going is how we assume certain people are professionals in their field when we know nothing about their field.
That's true in any industry.
Yes.
Because you'll be like, when you meet someone, they'll be like, let's say, like my industry, right?
Yeah.
You'll be like, okay, some people are like
OH&S.
OH&S, right? So occupational health and safety. You'll meet like some of your clients, and the person's like, okay, I do this. Okay, he works as an engineer and stuff like that. Then it's health safety, health and safety. I'm in charge of health and safety, right?
Yeah.
You go talk to that guy. He doesn't know one fucking thing about health and safety. He's just thrown in that role.
Complete idiot.
And so he goes, can you help me with this? Can you help me with this? And so, but that happens with everywhere.
Yeah.
Like I'm not the best at my job, but I'm like, if I need help, I'll reach out for it. But like, no one is like.
But you're competent.
I like to think so. Yeah.
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 No, I mean, as a human being who knows a human being, I can say that like I'm fairly certain that you're a competent person.
I'm the
so
first.
you'll look for help if you need it.
Yeah, I'm the first to admit if I don't have to pretend to know things I don't know.
Right.
That's the worst thing you can do, because then the people will start going to you for like, pretend to go, and like that's gonna get you stuck in like in a situation. Like if you don't know anything, be the first one to admit it. And just to go to someone, I'm like, you know what? Help me with this WCB report. I have no idea how to deal with this WCB stuff.
Yeah.
Can you help me? Because I don't want to bother you with this anymore. I want to learn how to do it.
Yeah.
So
that's
it.
a big part of it.
That's
Admit that you don't know.
Yeah.
And you want to learn, and people will probably walk up to you and be like, "Hey, that guy doesn't know, but he wants to learn."
Yeah.
And then every time they know something, if they're sharper in your field, and they're a resource right there, if you're not an asshole about it, they're probably going to try to help you learn more about it and make you a better person.
Yeah, and teaching someone else how to do something refreshes your memory too. You'll be like, okay, this is this. So like, yeah, that's the sign if you know something, if you could teach someone else how to do it.
Definitely.
That's how I look at it.
If you can teach somebody else and teach it in a way where they're learning something rather than you telling them how much more you know about it. The one thing I don't like about teachers in any field or any business, whatever it is, not necessarily a teacher, but somebody who's trying to teach somebody else, somebody's trying to inform somebody else, is when rather than trying to tell you how something works or tell like martial arts or whatever, they just try to show you how great they are at it. That bums me out.
No,
because that doesn't build a good team. It just builds resentment for that person.
Yeah, like there's that happened at our office too. And then there's
at a office that you worked at.
Any office, yeah, at a office I worked at. Not even my current one, but yeah, they're just people who walk around. They're just like, they'll throw it in your face that they know this and you don't.
Yeah.
And you're like, you know what? I want to work with this guy. This person's a fucking retard. So yeah,
it's tough. It's tough because those people really try very hard. There's got to be some ego issues there. There has to be some ego issues there.
I think everyone should check their ego because, like, what does that get you at work? It gets you nowhere.
No.
It distances you from your co-workers. Your clients can pick up on it.
Yeah.
People aren't as dumb as you. That's one thing I learned. People are not as dumb as you think they are. People can see your flaws.
Yeah.
Closer than you think.
Here's one. Talking to a guy. This is one of those things. And this is exactly what you're talking about. I was talking to a guy who's trying to tell me about talking to a friend of a friend who's a female. So it's like me and you are talking. I'm talking about a friend of a friend.
Yeah.
And he's trying to like make this self-depreciating or derogatory comment about how they had a misunderstanding with some dialogue.
Yeah.
And it made it seem like he was talking about having sex with her, but she didn't quite catch on. And he's like, yeah, I look like a complete asshole. I'm a complete dick. But then later on, she came and kind of like hit on me a little bit, and maybe you thought about getting together.
Oh, fuck off.
Like, no, man, you're trying to take something. Like, he was trying to make himself look bad, and then like set you up for how he ended up being the hero and skronking some broad.
Oh god.
But the thing is, your gut felt it right away. This guy he's not genuine. It's a shitty thing to do, and he's trying to make himself look better by making himself look worse, and then immediately better again.
Yeah.
It was so imbalanced. I was like, this guy's just. Get out of here.
Human slime.
Human slime ball.
I know. Personality is vomit.
But like you're saying, in the workplace, you pick up on those people.
You can easily.
Like your gut just knows right away. Like this person is.
Well, yeah,
a piece of shit.
Because I think in the work field, everyone is striving to get to the same goal, right? Yeah. So like if because everyone wants to get work done, and if you're in an environment where everyone's kind of doing the same thing, you pick up on what everyone else is doing. Yeah. So or even when some guys come in and they're testing, we have to do some drug and alcohol testing. I don't like. They come in and they'll just talk your ear off and they'll be like, well, they're waiting for their results, and they have to wait in the same room like where I work.
They can't handle dead air.
Yeah, and they're sitting there, and the guys like, their white rim sunglasses. The guys are total douchebags.
Look, if you're wearing white rim sunglasses,
the worst.
Man, woman, whoever you are,
don't wear them. Yeah.
Don't buy them.
Don't buy them.
That is a douchebag like flair.
That's like wearing Speedos in North America. Save that shit for Europe.
That is gross, man.
Yeah, so it was just like this total, like he was like one step away from having a mullet. And
a real Ricky Bobby.
Yeah, like mults can look good, but this guy's just like if you're driving a Trans Am. But like this guy was like he's sitting there and he's like talking about all the trucks he owned, and like he's like, Range Rover's like, I want to get a Range Rover. And then I just end up just saying a lie, and I'm like, oh yeah, my mom had one of those. She's like, oh, the HSC. I'm like, no, Sport. And she's like, he's like, what's the reliability? I'm like, oh, whatever. She just she bought it, and she's like, she bought a Range Rover. I'm like, yeah, cash. And she's like, how much are those things?
You're just chipping away at his ego.
I chipped away at his ego, and I was like, he's like, how much was the cash? I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, he's like, your mom paid cash for like that's how my parents paid cash for everything. Yeah. He's like, wow. And I said to him like,
you have money.
Yeah. And then he goes, no. Then he said, who did? He goes. Then he was talking about like, he goes, yeah, I bought my truck, and I was like, yeah, I just bought it, my monthly payments were this. I'm like, you pay monthly payments? I'm like, what is that? I'm like, how much do you pay per month? I don't know how that is. I'm like, we buy everything cash. And when he left, everyone in the office was laughing. I'm like, she's like, was any of that true? I'm like, no.
Oh, none of that was
No.
true. But the thing is, those are the easiest people to fool. If he had any idea or had anything, if he had anything like he said he had,
Yeah.
because he's trying to sell this idea to you that this is the person he is. He'd probably get a conversation with you about monthly payments or about how he's financing this.
Yeah, what's the APR? What's this?
Exactly.
I'm like, I don't know. All I know is that like everything I bought was cash.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be honest, like this car was bought cash.
That's all right.
But that whole
nice
thing with
one.
like monthly payments, that is true with my dad though. I'll give him that, because my dad does not like. He doesn't like when we bought that car. The sales lady was like, "Okay, there's the monthly payments of this." My dad's like, "I don't want to know what the monthly payments are. I want to know how much the car costs.
What does the car cost all in?
I want to know all of that."
Well, the thing too is like you go to your bank, you get the money, you come back and you pay the car dealership cash, and you pay it off at the bank.
Yeah, my dad just wrote a check, and he's like this. He's like, "Here you go." And
You don't deal with that friggin' 1.9 for 6 weeks.
No, my dad, none of that.
4.8 for 3 months.
Yeah, my dad just said, he goes, "I'll buy the car cash, and then you just pay me back."
There you go.
And I was like, "That's fine." And the lady's like, "Hey, are there any?" Because they ask you like, "Are there any outstanding debts that you have and stuff like that?" So, and then my dad's like, "What is that?"
What's an outstanding debt?
And my dad's like, he's like, "Oh, anything like you owe and stuff like that." And my dad's like, "No." He's like, "Well," he goes, "Who comes in here? My dad goes, "Who comes in here who has debt and buys a car?"
That's everybody.
That's
everybody.
That's everybody, right?
Everybody.
Yeah, and so my dad did not understand that.
Yeah.
So he was just like,
I don't mean everybody in the sense that like, well, that's like everybody, man.
Everybody
What are
has
you
debt.
talking about?
Yeah, because everyone has credit card debt, house, like
Exactly.
mortgage, whatever
But
it is. Yeah.
I think most people, like what your dad's talking about, what she's talking about, I think most people buy things when they can't afford it. And they just keep adding to their debt load.
No, that's exactly it. My dad
Yeah.
just the thing with my dad is that he doesn't make these major purchases
unless he can afford it.
Unless he's like, there's no
Cash in.
there's no because like unless the house is paid off or whatever it is, because like even like our house, my parents bought that cash, like there was no mortgage on it.
Now,
So.
not to talk shit about other people, but I think that's a very, as far as my experience goes, that is a very Indian immigrant thing.
It is. It's told. That's
Like
exactly
the
what it
idea
is.
of like you don't want to be in debt and you don't want to be beholden to somebody else or have a lien on
Yeah.
anything. You just want to make sure that you own what you own.
Yeah,
Because that way you've got equity in what you own, and nobody can take it away from you.
Yeah, my dad's just he's pure East Indian.
Yeah, there's a
Pure.
very Indian mentality about that. Same with Will. I know, like, anybody else.
It's not the healthiest of things.
No,
at
it's
all.
not the healthiest of things.
No.
It's a you grind and you grind and you grind until you can purchase something outright, and then you do.
Yeah.
And then, and the thing too is like you're saying about your dad, like the house is bought outright. Well, this isn't the first. Like your parents didn't show up to Canada last month or last year
And just buy a house.
and
cash.
buy a house. It was
They-
a small house to a bigger house
to a bigger house. Yep.
that you grind and you grind and you grind until you can buy something else.
Yeah.
Because you've paid off all your shit.
Yeah.
There are so many people out there.
That's the immigrant way.
It's the immigrant way. There are so many people out there who are resentful to immigrants because they're like, oh, they get a bursary or they get like a grant or they're available, this is available and that's available, whatever. No, man, like my parents came here probably the same time your parents came here, late 60s, early 70s. And they grind and they were fucking grinding hard until they could afford what they had. And I mean, it wasn't like an overnight easy road. Like my mom, I remember the first time there was this commercial that came out in like the late 90s, I think, early 2000s about, hey, immigrant, basically, go to the government, get your grant, get your money, do this, have cash for that, have this. My mom's like, fuck, we didn't, no, she didn't curse. We didn't have any of that coming into Canada.
Like, your mom's saying, fuck that.
She has been known to drop an F-bomb on occasion. But at that time, the F-bomb was very emotionally rather than like verbally.
Yeah.
Where she's just like, we didn't have any of this shit when you came to Canada. We came here, I fixed your father's shoes with fucking cardboard. We went to work every single day. We took the bus. We bought a shitty car. We bought a nicer car.
Yeah.
We bought a nicer car. And we just keep rolling shit over when you can afford it until we have what we have now.
Exactly, yeah.
You know, there's a grind that happens. It's not like you just show up here and all of a sudden the government just gives you a ton of money.
Yeah, exactly. It's,
So like that bothers me.
You know, the thing is though, I don't think they really understand what that
The immigrant story is.
they don't know the whole story.
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
They'll be like, if they understood that story, like, who knows? Maybe they'll be like, okay, that still doesn't give me the right to do this. Whatever.
Yeah, which really, I think a lot of that is solved by communication.
No, it is. Like,
A lot of it is solved by like, what was your story when you came to Canada?
yeah, like if
That's what it
if
was.
those people came up here, I'll be like, okay, this is why this is happening. I'll be like,
Yeah.
this is what, like, our parents came here when you were nothing,
Yeah,
and they came here with nothing.
with nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they just they worked, they dealt with racism, they had to do all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then some of them they got to where they were and they opened up their own businesses.
Yep.
And next thing you know, they're and then now they're just taking a break now. They put their kids through school.
Yeah. So when you do here, like the thing about like buying a car cash, buying a house cash, it's not like I just fucking walked into my bank and took my money and bought a thing for cash because the government gave me all this cash for being here.
it's just like, it's just that's the result of hard work.
It's a result, exactly.
Yeah.
As a result of 4 decades. Not 4 decades. 4 decades when you look at the actual time, but like in 6 decades of working hard.
Yeah.
We're talking the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s.
Yep, exactly.
The Queen.
The Queen, exactly.
I went into my whole Pentaveret speech.
Yeah,
I married an axe murderer.
Yeah, I remember like when in 2015 I went to my dad's like, come with me, and so I got into the car with him, and we drove to Toyota, and then there was like I was sitting outside. I'm like that's exactly my car. My dad's like, no, that is your car. You want like this? He threw my car keys to me, and he's like, yeah, there you go.
There you are.
And he goes, enjoy. And I was like, perfect.
That's pretty great, man.
Yeah.
That is, like you said, that is 6 decades worth of working your ass off in
Yeah.
a country where you had to learn the language, show up, face racism, face adversity.
Yep.
People not giving you a job because you had a weird accent. Yeah, just happened to a friend of ours. Just now happened to a friend of ours where a friend applied, a friend's wife applied for a government job, was the only applicant for a job that was necessary. They closed the application because the only person who applied was Asian.
Oh.
That was our friend's wife. Where they're like, we're just not going to take it because like we don't need somebody else in here right now who especially like doesn't really fit the criteria of being born in the country, fluent in both languages.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what happened to, just this is a melting pot, not melting pot, but whatever we call ourselves, a conglomerate.
Yeah, exactly.
Or a country where you come in and everybody's accepted and you become part of Canada and we help you grow and nurture you and get your government job and it doesn't matter what no. There's still these little biases that happen. You're still fighting against. It might be significantly less than it was in the 60s and 70s.
Oh, but it still exists.
It still exists.
You know why? Because people today are just unhappy, and they just feel like it's the separation of people are just getting separated because their ideals are all like just they're all fucked up.
Well, they're all miserable. Yeah, right. The ideals are fucked and people are miserable.
People are making themselves miserable. I think, for no reason.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They're choosing to be upset about things that have no standing in their life. They have no impact in their life at all.
Yeah, they're getting pissed off at things that they never cared about in the first place.
Yes.
I think.
For sure.
Yeah.
There are things that have no place in your life to be mad about.
Yep.
And you're just mad because you want to be mad. You're recreationally pissed off about things.
And we're just scrolling through feeds of other people's fantasies on Instagram. And then,
Scroll. That's so gross. So
it's true, man.
So gross because we're gonna go to the phone and see what's up.
Yeah.
We're gonna go through our news feed and see what was in the news this week. Hey, Connor McDavid, 100 points.
Yeah.
In 50
fucking A.
games.
Yeah. Fucking A. I can't believe I said that.
Fucking A, bro.
Yeah. And Draisaitl, 500th point.
500th point. And did I hear right? It was Adam Larson's 600th game.
Yeah.
Jeez, man.
What a just Vancouver is just on the receiving end of all the Oilers accolades. Even Gretzky's too.
It's true.
Yeah.
As
we were talking about before,
just rev that
douchiness left and right.
Douchey little bottle.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here. Hey, some psychopaths. I was reading this thing about psychopathic tendencies are linked to reduced connectiveness to nature and a preference for city living. If you prefer to live in a city and you have a disconnect with nature, but this is nothing we don't know already.
Yeah, that's true.
The idea of psychopaths torture animals, go from animals to people.
Yeah.
They drive shitty cars with crappy mufflers.
Yeah, those people are fucking those people are animals.
They have their uns.
Yeah.
Their I had a niece who couldn't do the
Yeah.
So her whole thing was uns.
Uns.
She's like, it's uns.
Uns.
I'm like, it's not uns. It's uns. But that is psychos. That was just anecdotal. That was up there.
I hope it picks up the bass. It's like.
Oh man, let's see what we got. What else we got here? We have a that's that trans athlete powerlifter in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Have you heard about that?
Yeah, I heard about that.
How do you feel about that?
I honestly.
What's your view on that? It doesn't have to be controversial. I mean, here's the thing.
No, I honestly that. Go ahead.
Go and do it.
Go hard.
I think if all the Olympic committees, everybody wants to jump on board and let them go and lift, they don't have a problem with it. I kind of think like, go nuts.
You know what? I'll say that. I'll say.
I'm interested to see what the reactions are.
I'll say this though. I think Olympics are a waste of time now. I think the Olympics should be postponed.
You mean because of COVID or a waste of time?
I just think I think the Olympics should only be held in countries who have hosted them before, so they have all the facilities in there. Because a lot of countries who've hosted the Olympics and they built all these massive facilities. Like Brazil was the worst.
One of the worst.
Yeah. So I don't want to see. I never want to see that again.
No. Well, what you mean is if you go to those facilities in Brazil now,
they're off. They're derelict.
They're derelict.
Yeah.
They're in terrible shape. They were never maintained. The problem, I think, with when you have a country that is majority developing and very small amounts of what you can consider first world or like highly developed, then there is no upkeep on those facilities
because they can't afford to.
Isn't there. They can't afford to.
Yeah.
Whereas in Montreal, Canada, Germany, Greece, Siberia, Russia.
Yeah, Sochi.
Wherever they
well, at
do
least Sochi,
Sochi.
like they're still using the facilities.
They're still using them. They're still out there using those facilities.
Yeah.
They're more developed than not, and they keep the maintenance up because they're using them.
Exactly.
But then you go to Brazil. What was that? Was there one in the middle of China once? They got completely abandoned?
No, there was one in Greece. I know Greece was like dilapidated.
Really bad, right?
It's terrible. It's like why did you even hold that in the first place?
Yeah.
I understand that's where it started, but just leave that. Give them the first place, like where it started.
Yep.
But never hold it there again because they cannot afford to, like, number one, host the Olympics because it's like no one's gonna watch them anymore. The revenue streams it brings in are not what it used to be.
It's definitely not what it was in the 80s.
No.
Like at the peak when we were little kids.
Yeah.
The Olympics, like, you would just salivate for the Olympics.
Yeah, you're like go
bananas for that.
Like the 1984, 88 Olympics, they were
Yeah.
like you're just, especially 88. Like you were and 92 with the Dream Team, you're just glued to the television.
It was a spectacle.
Yeah, 96 was great.
Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
Ben Johnson was just an absolute like spectacle.
Yeah.
To see that guy run, but now it's kind of like,
no one gives a shit.
Bolts fast.
To be honest with
the
you,
Fishman can swim.
No one, like, honestly, no one really gives a shit.
Yeah, I don't know anybody who cares
as compared to like how it was.
Yeah,
it's like I think it's a wasted venture. I think there's other ways to, like, they're trying other ways to recognize, like, non-professional athletes.
Yes.
Or amateur athletes. Much better. There has to be a way.
Well, I mean, you could start with just paying like high or college football players.
You can play. Yeah, start paying
start paying them.
Yeah.
Start there.
Yeah, so all the revenue.
Or all college athletes.
NCAA has to start paying their athletes. So, yeah.
They're making billions of dollars off these kids, and just destroy. A lot of them are getting destroyed physically before they ever enter the NFL.
Exactly.
And they'll never enter the NFL because of the friggin' head injuries and knees bent the other direction.
Yep, that's true.
So you get a lot of that shit going on.
Yep.
But when it comes, like you said, when it comes to like Olympic athletes, wrestlers, swimmers, cyclists, triathletes, whatever, no, we have to find a way to appreciate them more than what we are. Well, you get the X Games. They do get to go from being where they are in some sports and going to the X Games, which are pretty fun.
Yeah, exactly.
They get paid there.
Yeah, I think there's a way to, like, there's so many things on TV right now that celebrate, like, people who are just, like, in really good shape.
Tremendous athletes.
Yeah, I think you should just do that rather than, like, spend billions on infrastructure.
Yeah.
And then hope that you can use those venues again. What are you going to use them for?
Well, I guess the X Games.
Yeah.
Use them for that.
Yeah.
Because really, you're right. What are you going to turn them into a hotel?
Yeah, like, just hold them.
Homeless shelters?
Why don't you just honestly, just China has the best facilities. Just host them in China all the time.
All the time.
Just do that. They have all the facilities in there, and
just don't take your phone.
Yeah, just don't take. Yeah, exactly.
They'll hack into it.
They'll hack into it.
In Russia.
Yeah.
They'll take your shit.
Exactly. Or hold them in what's another good summer? Hold them all in winter in Russia, summer in China. Just do it that way.
Well, you can do that way.
Do in two communist countries.
LA. Yeah. Two communist. LA's got facilities.
There you go.
Japan's got facilities. There are a lot of first world countries that have great facilities that aren't necessarily even built or maintained just for the Olympics.
Yep.
You have facilities that are built and maintained for sport in general. And you can go do them there.
Yeah, that's true.
But nope, you got to spend billions of bucks. You got to pay it's really like a mafia style thing.
Yeah, because that's the thing I was going to get to that. I hate the IOC.
The IOC is like a mafia controlled entity.
It is. I can't stand those people.
Give us your bid, your money.
They're like FIFA.
FIFA's so gross too.
Yeah. They remind me, like, those two are just in bed with each other.
Oh god, there is so much like gross, disgusting aspects of professional and amateur sport.
I gotta send you a gross video too.
Oh god, what is it?
Is it the dude? I got.
Is it that guy and the horse?
It's kind of like that.
Oh,
yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah, I know.
I can't handle that. No, but what I was getting at with the
I totally wrecked the groove.
The groove is gone. My train of thought's off. No, when it came to the transgendered lady who was doing all the lifts, and the same with the one transgendered guy who does the sprints. Or no, he's a lady as well. It's a transgendered lady who's sprinting. It wasn't a guy. The guy was somebody else. But all that kind of stuff, I I love the spectacle of when people decide something is okay. So I have no problem with it.
I have no problem with it.
I say let her go.
I say let her do cocaine too.
Yeah, let her do coke.
Do steroids. I don't give a shit.
Do all the juice.
I don't care.
Just get jacked up.
Because I'm total
steroids.
I'm total freedom for choice. I'm like, just do, like, look as much as a freak you, not because you're transgender, but like,
no.
Do steroids, do all that stuff, make yourself like Donatella Versace and fucking and Schwarzenegger put together. I don't give a shit.
One of those guys is like the Igor and his brother, the French actors.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they got all the shit in their face.
Yeah. Yeah, those two guys. Yeah, those two guys. They look like they're fucking.
They're like Gronkowski or something. Like exactly. Igor and Gorich Gronkowski.
Yeah, just puffed out lips, or like the lead singer of Dead or Alive, but when he was right before he died.
Jeez.
Like that guy in
Wildenstein.
Yes.
Remember Jocelyn Wildenstein, something
like that. Yeah.
Wilden style.
Yeah, go nuts. I don't give a shit.
Out.
You know what? Yeah,
you're crazy.
Actually,
you do you.
Yeah, because actually that reminds me of this one guy. You know what sport I've been watching like religiously? I can't stop watching it. Is
F1 racing.
Well, that too, but like what I just got into is slapping competitions.
Oh God, just concussions for nothing.
Vasili's my man.
Those are just ridiculous.
Meat hooks.
Just
because it's a respectful sport. They apologize.
Respectful.
Yeah,
it is respectful.
So if I hit you like this, right? If I go like that, got you right there. You're just like, oh crap, and you shake hands. You'll be like, oh, I'm sorry about that. Okay, go ahead.
Okay,
yeah.
Now you. There is a art to it, and you're right. There's a weird, very bizarre, respectful nature to it.
Yeah, because you get like three. So I'll be like this. I'll line up and be like, okay, one.
Don't line it up.
Two, and then like that, and then
the epic.
Some of these guys are like
nuclear blast.
Yeah, like it like you should have. And the thing is, like, if you don't have a beard,
you're an idiot.
It's like, and some of those, I swear to God, if you like check it out on YouTube. Some of these guys are the scariest. Those guys from Russia and those guys from Poland. Those are the scariest looking guys I've ever seen in my life.
Let me tell you something. There are those dudes who are terrifying, who look super scary. And then some like 5'10", 180 pounder comes up and just knocks their head off.
Yeah, and these guys all have like, they're either like huge or they're like just cut jawlines like that.
Oh, God. You have to, though. You have to have like a lantern jaw for that sport.
Yeah, there's one guy, Vasily. He's my favorite. He's this Russian farmhand from like fucking Bumsville, fucking Russia. But like this guy's like, he has like, you hit him in the face, and he's like, okay. He's like, good. And he's like, he doesn't even look that huge, but he's like, he's a bale hailer. But this guy, when he hits people, he fucking knocked one guy. He knocked a guy out. When they saw in slow motion, his eyes just rolled up in the back of his head, and he went flying.
And what gets me about it?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, so this guy was a Russian bodyguard.
Yeah.
I
have seen that.
Scariest looking guy I've ever seen, and Vasily knocked him on his ass.
Vasily looks kind of like if you had a legitimate, real-life Russian Clark Kent, like on the Kansas farm, just meaty but not jacked.
But Vasily's more like, he looks like he kind of looks like a Russian Chris Farley.
Oh no, I'm thinking of somebody else.
There's
a dude who does it, who's a Russian farm guy, but he looks kind of like, he's a bigger guy. He's got to be like 6'2", 6'3".
This guy's about maybe 6, and he has like just a full beard. He's kind of chunky.
Oh, I do know who you mean. He is like tight shirts with like a gut.
Yeah, he has kind of a gut. Yeah. This guy's just fucking knocks people out. And now it's getting popular in America, and there's a guy named Wolverine.
Yeah.
This guy, he has an iron jaw. He doesn't even look that big.
He's not a big guy at all.
Yeah, and he just sits there and he gets slapped and he's like, okay, let's go. And he's like, he tells he didn't take a break. He's like, okay, next one. He goes, come here. And then one time he hit a guy so hard, and the guy fell back. The guy went, I guess he went, and then he fell, and the guy went like, oh shit.
The one like
that, and they had sent him to the hospital.
The one that gets me is when that happens. I think that's what I'm talking about. He has like a micro seizure.
Yeah,
like he hits the ground and he has the twitches.
Yeah, he was like this. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, he was like this. He was twitching like that, and he was dead. Yeah,
I don't like it at all.
Yeah.
Did we talk about the what's it called, the Uriah Hall and Chris Weidman TKO? Did we do that last week?
Was that the with the broken leg?
Yeah.
No, we didn't.
We didn't, right? We just went through all this last 2 weeks. We came back and did our little thing. I think we skipped over the Uriah Hall. Mm-hmm. It was his knockout on The Ultimate Fighter. Uriah Hall's knockout on the one dude when he apologized to him as if he was apologizing to a corpse.
Yeah.
That kind of a knockout freaks me out. Like a wheel kick, and then dude goes down. He goes into automatic, like his corpse is trying to reboot itself into being alive again. Mm-hmm. And the weird breath and the death rattle. and you see the look on Uriah Hall's face. That's what you see sometimes in these slap fights.
Yeah.
These guys knock these guys out, and then they just wait for the corpse to reboot into a living human being.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, there's like this. Like, they'll be like, they're just sitting there waiting for the slap, and then when they get hit, they're like, and then they're down. They just go like that.
It's horrifying.
Yeah, and like that's why there's people behind them, and they just grab them.
Yeah, they have to.
Yeah, and there was this one guy. He was in America.
Otherwise, it's a head injury.
Yeah, there was this one kid. He was just walking around. He has a belt on, like a championship belt. Like he was like some weight class.
It's like a fake belt, though, right?
Well,
He just brings his own.
Well, they have a league.
Yeah.
So like he's like the certain middleweight champion or something. And his coach, his nickname is the coach. Mm-hmm. He was talking to this kid. He's like, yeah, I could take you. And the kid's like, okay, let's go.
Oh God.
And so the coach was like, he gave him a slap. So he slapped the kid, and the kid's like, okay, good. He's like, good shot. So the kid's like, okay. The kid was like, not even. He's like, was wearing regular clothes. He's like, okay, let's go. He's like, one, two, and he went like this. He slapped that coach guy. That guy went. He went like this. He went like literally just like standing. Yep. And thankfully someone behind him grabbed the back of his neck and like put his head on the ground.
Oh God.
And then he put his belt on, and he's like, yeah.
Those knockouts, man. But that's the only thing. God, I love and hate them. I enjoy seeing when that knockout happens because there's like a primal party that's like, oh, yeah, nice.
Yeah, that was me yesterday. I was like watching. I was like, holy fuck! I'm like, whoa.
But there's also a part of me that's a human being that's like, oh God, that's just.
I hope that guy's okay.
I hope he's okay because you are literally shortening his life.
I'm like that with every fight. When you see someone like just get absolutely like just drilled,
yeah, and
they're out. Or they break a leg. You're just sometimes you're just like, okay, you know what? You feel bad for them, because you're just like, man, I hope that person's okay. Because like after you get especially in UFC, if you get knocked out, or you get like just drilled and like your face is like just obliterated, right? It's hard to come back from that.
Oh, for sure.
Or in boxing, when you get knocked out and like your aura of like invincibility or whatever you thought of. It's hard to come back from that.
It's pretty tough.
Yeah.
It is pretty tough.
And all my fighting experience, that's what I've learned.
Well, you are a combat veteran.
Yeah.
I was...
Of 10 minutes.
Of 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I worked
or 2 years of my watching on YouTube.
Well, deep research. You watch a lot of tape.
I watch a lot of tape, and I practice nothing.
I was in a... I don't know if I should say where it was, because there are people. It was a casino. I worked in a casino.
Was it Edmonton?
Here in town.
Good enough.
So people know now.
Yeah.
I worked in a casino, and we had these 3 guys. It was 2 brothers and a friend. I think I've told the story before, but it was the most disgusting knockout I've ever seen. And it wasn't even like the worst fight I'd ever seen or the worst incident I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. They were nice guys, man. All 3 of them came in. Just happy-go-lucky dudes. They were playing blackjack or craps or whatever the fuck it was, getting liquored up. And they leave. They walk out. They're doing the high fives. Hey, how you guys doing? We'll see you guys next week. All that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And the kind of clientele you want. They come in. They have fun. They get drunk. They go home.
Yeah.
We get a call from surveillance that says, "Hey, do you know those guys? Because they seem pretty chummy with you. They're talking to me directly." I'm like, "No," but they were just guests. Like, yeah, well, they're kicking the shit at each other in the parking lot.
Oh.
So maybe I'd go take a look what's going on. Apparently, when those 2 brothers, and we go out, as the 2 brothers are they're fighting. Well, I'll get to that. But the friend is just sitting on a rock watching this little thing go on. Like we have these boulders. So he's just sitting on one of the boulders just watching these guys go at it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't even going at it. I run out. I just see the one older brother of the 2. He was bigger and older. Mm-hmm. He is just holding his other brother down and just full on starting a lawnmower.
Oh.
But it was the kind of wet, like slapping thud where he's hitting a face is bloody. God, it wasn't even that bad.
I hate that sound.
I hate that sound so much. Like cracking your knuckles underwater.
Yeah.
Or like 50 kids blinking at the same time, like in The Simpsons.
I know.
Those gross sounds.
I know. Yeah, I remember when I used to punch my brother.
Yeah.
And we got to fights, and when I made contact like that, I would stop.
You stop.
I'd stop. And
he didn't stop.
He didn't stop.
No, this kid didn't stop. He hit him twice that I heard. I got in. I just choked him right up, right to sleep. Put him into like REM sleep. Beautiful, beautiful choke. It's like he went right to dreamland. He started talking to his wife and shit. He woke up and told me he's apologizing to his wife for kicking the shit out of his brother. But it was such a bad sound that it wasn't even the worst fight I'd ever seen. But the sound alone, that was like, oh, concussion, oh, head injury, that kid's dead. It was just it's like wet slapping sounds.
Yeah, I can't stand those.
Yeah, it's brutal, man, because there's something going on.
Yeah, I remember I got into a fight in Harry Inley. I fought this one guy. It was the most embarrassing moment of my life. Got into a fight and everybody, the whole school was watching, and I got him down. Same thing, exact same thing. He hit me in the face. I got so pissed off. Then I grabbed him and I threw him to the ground like this. I had him right here, and I was punching him, and then people stopped. saying anything, and I was like, oh shit. And then
Oh, no.
Yeah, I was like, holy fuck.
Oh, no.
And I just looked at his nose and blood was just coming over it. And then, then I grabbed him like this. And I was walking with him, and after the fight, I'm like, man, I am so sorry.
Oh,
And
brutal.
he's hated me ever since. And then
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, and then
But the resentment you felt.
I felt-
well, not resentment. The remorse you felt immediately. You knew.
I felt bad, and I was like, man, I'm so
Oof.
sorry about that. And then that was grade 11, and
Yeah.
then I was like, hey, there's no way I can stay at the school in grade 12.
Sometimes
Yeah.
you kind of. I mean, you didn't want to be in that situation.
No, I hated it.
You were
I
put
st-
into
yeah.
a situation you want to be in.
I hated it every second of that. I drew it. I hate drawing attention to myself like that.
Yeah.
And then Jason said he saw him like this is like a couple years ago.
Yeah.
He said I saw him at a wedding, and he said, yeah, his nose is like perfectly fucked.
Oh, for sure. A broken nose does not just. A broken nose
I
don't
forgot-
just come back.
I felt bad. I'm like, I fucked up his face. I'm like, that's not. Like, I don't take any pleasure in that. It
I
sounds,
know you not to be a tough guy. Is the
but
thing.
yeah, that sounds so dumb.
No,
like,
no, no.
Like I fucked up his. But that's like
You felt
his
really
nose
bad
is like it was
about it.
out to. It was out to here, and I was
Oh,
like,
good Lord.
I'm like, how much? Maybe he did coke after a while. I don't know, but like he was. I felt, or he was snorting heroin or something. I don't know, but like he's
Well,
just felt bad.
I did know a kid one time when we were working at Reds. I was there from 2000 to 2006. 2001 to 2006. This kid started coming in when I started in 2001. By 2006, he had drank himself in that burst capillary nose.
Oh fuck yeah.
Like by the beginning of when he started coming in, he was really young too, man. Like I think I was 26, 25 when I started. He must have been 18.
Oh.
Maybe like just turned 18 when he started coming in. And by the time 2006 rolled around, we all left. That kid looked like Carl Malden.
Or like Artie Lang.
Looked like Artie Lang.
Yeah.
You're right. He looked like Artie Lang. He had that gigantic, like bulbous, everything's red.
Yeah. It's
You could put your
wrinkled.
finger in the
Yeah.
pores.
Oh yeah, it's just awful.
Good grief.
Yeah. Oh, I just feel
It grosses you out.
grosses me out.
That grosses
Yeah.
you out. Yeah, I mean, nobody wants to be a guy who's in a fist fight. Like, nobody wants to be that guy unless you're a complete psychopath.
Nobody wants
But
to fight.
when you do get into them, and sometimes you do get in the situations where maybe you hurt somebody or you get hurt and you wonder, like, how close I could have come to being really bad.
Yeah.
You got to give your head a shake and walk away, man. You gotta,
I like to think we're good guys.
I would think we're pretty generally nice, generous,
I think
kind.
yeah. I think everyone.
good people.
I honestly believe that if once you reach a certain age and your maturity level sets in, you can look back at your life and be like, yeah, remember we did that? Like, you know, you'd be like, the stuff that you that is actually really dumb. You just be like, you know what? I can't believe we either got away with that or
Yeah.
like, yeah, that was a dumb moment in my life. I
It's
should
the
have done
audit.
that. Yeah.
Like we just talked about
Yeah,
it
it's
too.
the
It's the
audit.
audit. You do the
The audit.
self-audit about what you're like, and that's how you know you're not a psychopath. And if your friends do it, that's how you know your friends aren't psychopaths. Because you're willing to look at yourself and say, well, these are the things I did that I feel really bad about. I shouldn't have done that shit.
Yeah, like we just talked about it. Like, yeah, we were dorks in high school. Like we had every reason to be like, to get girls, but we didn't. We
Yeah.
were just like, you know what? No, we were in our comfort zone. And we didn't
Yep.
want to get out of it.
Yep.
And we just liked going home and like just doing good in school and going home and playing video games and just hanging out with each other.
Sitting around in the backyard. There's like no better relationship than when you can just hang out with your friends
Nothing
and
beats
go to
it.
a backyard, have a couple beers, with some music, play some soccer.
It's the best feeling in the world. Like nothing beats it. Like your family. It's the relationship equivalent of like it's the other side. It's the flip side of the coin with hanging with your family.
Yeah.
That you love. Your friends are always there. Like I believe that you can actually go. I can tell more to my friends than I can with my family.
Oh, for sure.
I can for sure.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah,
I think
even
a lot of times
even though both
you're-
avenues are open, I'd rather just do it with my friends because you see your friends more than you see your family.
for sure.
I do anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I see you more than I see a lot of my family members. The family you choose.
Family
The
you
family
choose.
you choose are
Yep.
your friends.
I see you more than like a lot of my family members. Yeah. Actually, I think I see you the most.
Don't get soft on me now.
No, I know. No, I actually do. Like you, because we see each other almost every week, at least once.
At least once a week. We
And-
talk quite a bit on the phone.
Yeah, exactly. I don't see anybody else. Besides that, my parents or my coworkers. It's you. Yeah.
That's a lot of weight. That puts a lot of weight on these broad shoulders.
Look at these things, man.
broad
There's a
shoulders.
reason why I'm friends with this guy.
Right. It's true. It's just it's all
It's all on the shoulders.
it's all on the shoulders.
It's all on the hips, man.
It's an illusion, man. It's all on the hips. It's all on the hips, Homer. Stupid, sexy Flanders. Oh God. Hey, speaking of stupid, sexy Flanders, not to change the subject, we're not actually being weird here. We're very good friends, and we appreciate each other's friendship. There's just, and you have to have friends who you can do that with.
Actually, we've only been like really good friends. We've only been tight since for like past couple of years.
Yeah, 4 years of the podcast.
Yeah, since the podcast started.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, and then we've evolved.
Yeah, it's been an evolution of a friendship.
Absolutely.
But it's important. I think that you have to have friends, and this is something I think isn't said among guys maybe enough or friends enough. Check in on your friends. It's been a weird year. We've got some friends who I'm trying more and more now to check in on, make sure they're mentally well.
Yeah.
Because you don't know, and nobody talks about it enough.
No.
We joke about all the touchy-feely shit, but the truth is, you kind of have to be a little bit.
Have to. No, I totally agree. Like, I still, like, me and my friends, we still wrestle with each other. We're just, like,
I don't mean physically fucking around the ground.
No, man.
Call your friends and check in to make sure they're not trying to hang themselves in the closet.
No, my friends and I,
weirdo.
we still see each other. We'll still like, grab each other.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah,
but that's how you know that you're close with each other.
Yeah.
If you can do that with your friends, you should be able to call them. If you can wrestle with them, that's closest, man.
Yeah.
That's brothers.
Yeah, you should wrestle
sisters, whatever it is. You should wrestle everybody.
You should your aunt or whatever. Give them a headlock.
Grab your aunt in a headlock.
Start punching. Yeah, Noogie, just start punching them.
Bulldogger.
Yeah, I give my aunt like a headlock all the time. She's like,
that's elder abuse.
She told me, she's like, oh, you still wrestle? I said, yeah. I'm like, it's a sign of affection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you psycho. But check in on your friends.
Yeah.
Make sure they're actually doing well. Because I mean, it's been a weird year.
I think right now, since you can't see everybody, I think everyone should connect via
Skype or
online,
Zoom or
online, and play video games with each other.
It's a good way to go.
Yeah.
Halo is hey, we just did a callback.
Yeah.
We just went full circle there.
Fucking Halo. Master Chief Collection. Everyone should have that in their fucking computer or their console.
That's I will. I'll go do it. I'll do it. I will.
You know, I'm just gonna buy it for you.
Well, you can't because I'm on Steam.
I don't give a shit.
There you go.
I'll transfer you.
There you go.
I'll send you an email. I don't care how much it is. The thing is, how about this? I'll make you a deal, okay? Play with us once. If you don't like it,
no, I'm gonna like it.
If you don't like it, I'll never bother you. I'll never bother you again.
You'll never bother me with that bullshit.
Me and Sandy were actually talking about it yesterday.
To get me in on
a
game.
We were. I swear to God, we were. We were like, I said, I'll tell Vic. I said, me and Sandy decided, okay, we'll tell Vic, play it once with us, and if he likes it, great, we'll keep playing. If he doesn't, never bother him again.
No, I will for sure do it, because the problem, my problem is, my fear with all of those kind of games is, I try very hard to be productive in other parts of my life, and I get sucked into that shit pretty quick, man. Video games really just
play Firefight. That's it.
Yeah, well, that's just I'll play that for 5 hours.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I should do is I should actually allocate time for that. That should be what I do for my fun time.
What you should do, like write down, have an Excel file, and just be like, the day is this, and this.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, and then once it's done, cut it off. Just be like, I gotta go, bye.
That's right. That's absolutely right.
Yeah, exactly. And if we're not, you can play Firefight by yourself too.
And there are better hobbies. I mean, there are worse hobbies you could have. You could be a cokehead.
You have more hobbies than most people I know, so you're fine.
I mean, what I want to do is I want to make those hobbies monetary. I want to be able to monetize those hobbies.
Okay, you can't.
That's the goal.
Yeah, you can't monetize Halo, so make it like 2% of your day.
And that's what I should do.
Because we don't play Halo all the time.
No, just when you.
We just play maybe like
decompress.
2 or 3 times a week. That's it.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you guys also have real lives.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't be doing that shit until 5
do I?
You do. Unfortunately,
Maybe.
You do. You do have a 9 to 5er.
I have a 9 to 5er. Yeah.
Oh man, that was a good episode. I think.
Yeah, I think so.
We got out here. We're doing more time now as well. That was, I think, probably about a half an hour at least, maybe. I don't know, maybe more.
That was good. Yeah, pretty good. That was more than half an hour.
Pretty good. Yeah, more than half an hour. Anything else you want to end off on? Is there anything in the news
I think I'm good.
Touched your funny bone?
No, I think once we have once we have another episode, I'm gonna do more research and let's talk about the UFO stuff.
Oh yeah, we do want to get into that.
Yeah.
I am okay. So
let me do the research. So I'll bring it up and then I'll have it on a.
Yes.
I want to bring up a piece of paper and just be like, you know what, this is what I found.
Like data.
Yeah.
Compiled.
Exactly.
I do want to try this weekend, maybe the next weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I would like for us to, if we do the UFO stuff, there's a couple spots I was thinking about, because we're always wondering where we're going to shoot.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've noticed, we're always somewhere similar to there you go. If you're watching on YouTube.
I live down over there.
You're just like
I'm down over there. Yeah.
Hop, skip, and jump away.
Yeah.
But we do try to come to places that are outdoors, have fun, or whatever, because COVID. But I would like for us to go do some more in the downtown area of Edmonton.
Yeah,
we have a really pretty town. We have a very pretty city.
Yeah.
So I'd like for us to get down there at nighttime, maybe or afternoon, and just show off our we're proud of where we live, man.
Yeah.
So I'd like to show that off a little bit.
Yeah.
more.
And actually, another good place would be is U of A campus.
That'd be nice too.
Yeah, let's do that.
But not Calgary.
No.
Nah, I shit on Calgary a lot. I don't hate you, Calgary.
No, we love Calgary.
We
love you guys.
Stupid Calgary.
I just hate Chuck.
Yeah, good Chuck.
And what's his face? Monahan?
Yeah, I can't stand him.
Those two guys.
I mean, wait, I don't hate you as a human being.
No, I'm sure
just-
you guys.
you're
I'm sure you guys are
on
nice
like-
guys. You're just like you guys are doing your jobs. We'd like to have you guys on. I'd like to have Kachuk on our team.
Nope.
We need one asshole.
Nope. Fuck that.
No, but he needs. But his growing pains have to be like, fine. You have to let Cassia just fucking go nuts on you.
Swift kick to the balls.
Yeah,
That's it.
And after that, you shake his hand, and next thing you know, you're there. You're here to protect. That's it.
I'll tell you what. I had a great dislike for Lucic as well. But I didn't hate him. Like I never.
I hate him as a Boston Bruin.
Honestly, God, I didn't even hate him as a Bruin. I just didn't like him.
I hate the Bruins. I hate the Bruins.
There's nothing happier to me. Nothing makes me happier than an upset Boston fan in any sport.
Yeah, they're assholes.
Boston. But I do kind of like Boston though.
The city?
Yeah,
the city's awesome.
The city's beautiful. The people are fun.
Yeah.
Ray Donovan's he's a pretty happy-go-lucky. No, he's not. He's a psychopath.
He's an asshole.
But I like stories about Boston. I mean, I enjoy Boston.
Well, Boston,
just the fans.
Yeah, like Boston, Pittsburgh, New York, Los Angeles, Chicago. Those are like
Boston, Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they're institutions. They represent a part of America's history.
Yeah.
It's good to like go check
the slave-owning racists.
Yeah. Nashville.
I'm fucking with people then too.
Nashville, Seattle. All those places.
Yeah, I do like Seattle a lot. Now we're just talking about cities we like.
Yeah.
I think the music has probably been playing for some time. Are you gonna do your peace out? Oh, that was quick.
Yep.
Usually there's more banter.
No,
that was like a straight up.
So I wanted to be able to people to see it. So it's like
see it.
Yeah, peace out.
Well, don't do that. Some British people are gonna get mad at you. Nah, that's better.
There you go. Yeah. No, this is like that's this.
Ah.
Yeah, that's that.
Ah.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah, there you go.